Polls in succession continue to show that former President Donald Trump is by a large margin ahead of his main rivals. Dozens of filings against the former president do not appear to have damaged his position in the Republican presidential primary, but appear to strengthen his candidacy. Writing for The Atlantic, Russell Berman says the narrative that multiple charges helped Trump may be premature. Berman writes about a new study that suggests pollers are asking the wrong questions when trying to gauge how the indictments affect Republican voters. Graham and fellow researchers reframed their questions and asked half of the SurveyMonkey survey respondents, "Suppose you didn't know the indictment." They asked the other half of the more common questions pollsters use. The experiment produced statistically significant differences. The survey, which asked the commonly used questions, found that, like other polls, the indictments increased support for Trump among Republican primaries. Although statistically significant, the result is still small, reducing the probability of Republicans voting for him by only 1.6 percentage points. Graham told Deseret News that while 1.6 was within typical margin of error, the study's estimates were more precise, in part because of sample size. They calculated statistical significance based on the same ground rules as margin of error, but were able to increase specificity. Graham al.the whole run is 1.2. While the difference in support for Trump is statistically significant, it is not large enough to be significant. But it's important to dispel the false narrative that the indictments are actually supporting a candidate.